You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
All right, welcome back to BBN Tonight, and we're going to continue to talk about this men's basketball team.
Yeah, let's check in now with Jack Goose Givens of the UK Sports Network. Goose, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good tonight, guys. How are you all?
Fantastic.
Awesome. Kentucky begins a difficult stretch of conference games tomorrow, facing LSU at Rupp Arena. The top-heavy Tigers are led by freshman Cam Thomas and upperclassmen Trendon Watford and Javonte Smart. Jack, that trio is averaging a combined 55 points.
Well, we've talked about some of these high prolific scores before, and it's the same thing tonight with the game with LSU. There's no doubt about it. Kentucky's going to have to be on top of their defensive game. I still think, though, Kentucky's going to have to score a bunch of points because LSU puts up the numbers.
Well, if there's a trend that we sort of saw the other night was BJ Boston finally coming around, hitting some shots, and finally seeing some daylight. Clearly his best game for Kentucky. Goose, here's what he had to say after the game on his performance.
Coming off the bench, I feel like I could see the game before it happened, just watching my team go out there and start the game, just cheering them on, and just bringing the energy on when I got on the court. But it really doesn't affect me coming off the bench or starting. I still bring the same energy and the same confidence with me.
Have to go from
Goose, did you like that move, Cal, having Boston start on the bench and then working his way into the lineup there?
Well, it certainly worked for BJ. I kind of feel bad for Dante, and I know he's starting, and I know everybody was crying for that. But it's one of those situations, I think, where you kind of better be careful what you ask for. He has moved all the way up to the top of the other team's scouting report. There is not going to be one trip down the floor for Kentucky on offense that he's not drawing the main focus of the other team's defense. And it's hard to get shots when you're playing that way, and it's hard to have confidence because, you got to shoot and you got to shoot it quick. So I love what happened with BJ. And the fact that he has an opportunity now to see what's going on, get in the flow. I hope Dante can put it together also.
Well, CBS Sports has a troubling update on the pandemic's continuing effect on college basketball. One writer says a significant number of coaches have some concerns about playing those conference tournaments, and there's also some growing concern among commissioners and athletic directors as COVID numbers climb nationwide about the stability of this season as a whole. I'd certainly like to get us to an NCAA tournament, but what do you think about maybe not playing those conference championship tournaments?
I would be 100% surprised if there is a conference tournament. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it now. They've worked so hard to get the NCAA tournament in that bubble in Indianapolis area. For the NCAA to take chances on allowing teams to get infected and then bring that to within the bubble, I just don't see it happen. I'm hoping I'm wrong, or either I hope Kentucky wins the rest of the way out. Alabama has to take some big hits and come back down to everybody else in the conference. But I'd be really, really surprised if there's an SEC tournament.
Yeah, Goose, you kind of touched on it right there. This will affect Kentucky because right now it just looks like they need to win that tournament to get in. And now, as you mentioned, they have to sort of run the table. And if this starts to linger even more, does pressure just continue to build for these guys to knowing that they need to close this season strong?
Well, the pressure's already on. There's no question about that. The thing you want to kind of take into consideration, and that is what the committee takes into consideration, is who's playing well at the time of the tournament. So if Kentucky gets hot, and if Kentucky wins the rest of the way out, they might be able to make an argument to put Kentucky in the tournament. But that's what it's going to take. Nothing short of winning out would be able to get them in the tournament.
And then the troubled season for Kentucky's freshmen has cost them when it comes to NBA ambitions now, Goose. Sports Illustrated only projects 2 Cats in its latest mock draft, putting B.J. Boston at number 18 to Houston, Isaiah Jackson to the 76ers with the 25th pick. Just quick 30 seconds, just your thoughts on that and how these guys can get that stock back up.
It's hard to look good when you're losing.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. And I think they both will eventually be able to play in the league. I just hope it's not next year for either one of them. I'd love to see them all come back and build with what Kentucky has coming in. That would be awesome. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to see it.
Thanks, Goose. Appreciate it so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much.
All right, stay right there. We have more BBN Tonight right after this.
Do not move.